All right. Good morning. Went to services today, and just as a good word was given on to me, so shall I too share enlightenment. As also a reminder of myself too. Giving thanks and praise to each day, and always acknowledging He who is greater than me. It is in He that we can find we. All right. And as I said previously, Father hasn't come to bring up the grievances of the past, but more so to work on a future, on a brighter future, that we may have a future indeed. All right. So I'll speak on some truths here. I'm glad to see that some things have been coming out into the light as far as yes, you've had some things here. Let me speak first on the reptilians. You have robotics, clones, mortals, Anunnakis. There's a lot of things down here, and that's fine. And as regards as even the reptilians, it's through my frustration at times. I speak, and I'm growing and learning myself as well. I mean, there's good and bad in all creations. But for each one of you, it is your choice to make. Father understands existence of everything. Not because it didn't come through his hands or because we're out of alignment now. He understands existence. Trust me on that, right? Okay. So the choice comes down to you. Yes, some will be set in their ways, but don't worry about that. That is not your price to pay. But you have each day to make a new day that you can say, today is the day I walk with a good spirit and walk with the Lord. All right? So don't let the contributions of others change your self-outcome. You are your individual outcome. You hold the key to that. Collectively, we all hold the key to what's going to happen to us as a collective. Robotic. So I speak on some truths. I'm glad to see that some of the truth is coming out. That the portals and the yes, you are all way more advanced than you have led these people to believe. You've been doing a lot of things, and I know because I go out there in consciousness. I know what it is I'm speaking when I say I'm here and I'm already in the after. That's not really so much figuratively speaking. That's I am. So I know I have a good idea what y'all been getting yourselves involved with. All right. But it is good to let the people know that things you need to come. The truth. Father walks with truth. That we all I'm trying to find a goodness out of this picture, but we can't keep things hidden. It reminds me of a lady who her husband came from a small town, and unfortunately they had a lot of inbreeding. She had kids with him, and the kids had complications. It's not till she went to the family reunion she found out this information that she said he should have told her, because there was medicine they could have gave her while she was pregnant that would have corrected those issues. But this is in the ways that when we keep things in the dark, I mentioned that relation, it is something that as you grow, although something is hidden in the dark, so does the consequence of that action, and so does the that darkness. Also, the ramifications of that is also going to increase, because although the goodness is increasing, so is that darkness which is hidden. So it's always best to just bring things out to the light, say it what it be. That way you don't have anything hidden, because just as the plant grows, so does the weed grow as well, if you don't take care of it. All right. And then even in regards to, I look at some of the clones, I feel they feel as if they can't say who they are, and come out they feel a sense like they're going to be rejected. I can say with some of your ways you seem very destructive. Just because you wasn't created in creation as in some of the other things, other creations, have a soundfulness, and they struggle with certain things at times. And because of the way they came into creation, they do have a slight little attachment thing to something that we're going to fix. But at the same time, don't use that as a means to find an excuse to just do as you please and have a non-caring attitude. And then this comes to what I was saying, limit. God is not limited. You keep looking at things as a mathematical, or if this, I could calculate this, you could follow that. You cannot follow the Father, and Father is not limited at all by any means. Although your creation is different, there is a lot of creations out there that are, and Father finds a means to get through to all of them. And trust me, you feeling confined or something doesn't apply because you limit something that is not limited. So let's not do that. Keep a good mindful soundfulness of things. Regardless, as I always say, if you're cutting through a man's backyard, watch the way in which you walk through a man's backyard. Always try to give a decency and a respect to the place and have wherever you're at, that you may find peace and goodness in that. All right. And the last thing I'll probably speak on here is this. We're here to find a divine revelation, that we may grow. You fear death. And when you find through the divine revelation, you would have already known of that side, and you would have already known there was nothing to fear in that aspect. Because I see everybody seems to be walking around like they don't know what to do or this and that. Let me just speak on that. We are created in a way. Some things are better than others, and if you feel like you're lacking, like me, I have to remember I find my joy, although I might not seem very joyful, but my joy is in a thankfulness. I love giving. When collection plate goes around, I give. I feel a joy because as my Father has given on to me, so do I like to repay. In these little things I do here like this, I feel this is my joy in a thankfulness. Now, maybe some of the joys of like emotion of entertainment or things, that's not my finer thing. But I can pray on it that He has sent me people over time to help me experience that. So I'm saying, folks, in whatever aspect you are in, pray that He might find you someone or something to help you in departments that we are lacking. I notice a lot of the clones, they seem to have a hard time to struggle amongst themselves. They need that input, but at the same time, pray on that. Let us work to help one another. Find what it is we are good at, and then what it is that we are lacking. Pray that we find He send something or someone that might help. If that's where you feel your need for improvement is at. All right. And just as I went, thank God for the church. It brings me back to a place where I need to be, right? Because I find my peace, my thankfulness through that of the Father. And as I say, even in regards, yes, Father is cleansing the place. Yes, the gates are open, but at the same time, let us lift our heads, find a thankfulness. He is cleansing the place, and what is to be will be. But don't have a sense of despair through all of that. And then lastly, this TV, there's a lot of, we got to get out of that. This TV has been pushing an agenda of disinformation and misguiding and misleading a lot of us astray with things. Those who indulge in that, and if we're going to speak truth, it needs to be truth. And if you need to come out, we're feeling the effects of things because of things that people have chosen to do behind closed doors. But there's nothing hidden from the light. But either way, we will all feel reward or consequence. But this disinformation society, that really needs to stop. And then to learn that, some of your entertainers and stuff is through the means of a sacrificial thing, and you walk into Walmart and see postings of missing people, you know what that is. I can't support something. I've never been a fan of it, but I mean, common sense is we shouldn't be divulging in wickedness in that way. What we reap, we must sow on that. So to take a loss at home and then look to entertain ourselves out far, that must come back to roost. And that's something that needs to be reflected on and changed. You cannot guide people astray without losing yourself in the process. So on that note, I hope everyone has a blessed Sunday out there, and stay firm with your faith, and let us just keep a sound from this mindfulness. Take care. Stay blessed, y'all.